Hi guys, welcome. And who dat? I'm Joe, and today I'm going to be giving you another update on the Saints and the 2024 free agency period. We have signed a player. Wow. Somebody else besides a fullback. So here we go. The Saints have signed linebacker Willie Gay to a one-year deal that's worth up to $5 million. Willie Gay was kind of expected to make somewhere between $7 million to $10 million a year, depending on where he went. And the Saints managed to get a pretty good bargain here for a pretty productive, pretty young starting linebacker. Now, Gay has experience and the ability to play all three linebacker spots. And I think immediately what we're going to do is put him at Sam when we need a Sam linebacker. But Gay is the type of linebacker that can come in and fill in at will or middle. So that is the free agent linebacker that I wanted the Saints to go and get. Somebody that can plug in at Sam, but that can also be veteran depth across the linebacking core. This is what I really wanted for the Saints, and I think they did a really good thing here. Getting Gay for like $3.5 million up to $5 million for 1 year. And then you see what happens with Werner and Davis after this. I mean, not sure if Gay's contract is more incentive laden as far as production or just playing time or what have you. But this is a pretty good deal for the Saints. I mean, if this guy ends up playing well this year, proving to be a good piece, we may end up having to pay him more, and he may end up at the will or at the mic at some point. I mean, we got Demario Davis restructured, so he's going to be here 2 more years. It's interesting. I'm not sure if Willie Gay is the type that can blitz the quarterback. He doesn't have a lot of sacks in his career, but he's shown to be really good in coverage as a linebacker and plays the run pretty well. So it's a really good move for the Saints. I thought that there are several positions of need for the Saints, and you can look at past videos I've done to talk about those, but linebacker and safety are 2 spots that I thought the Saints should really address in free agency for sure, and possibly in the draft as well. So I'm glad we knocked this out. A linebacker, a depth piece, youth. I mean, Gay immediately becomes our best number 3 linebacker on the team. So we have other options at linebacker after that. So the next thing we need to focus on is safety. I was hoping we would retain at least Ugo Amadi or Jonathan Abram. Lonnie Johnson's gone now. So, yeah, more moves that need to be made by the Saints. But that's a really good pickup. Another thing the Saints did that's pretty impressive is we restructured right tackle Ryan Ramczyk. He was due to make probably $17.5 million. His contract got restructured where he was guaranteed none of that original money, 17.5 this year. I guess none of it was guaranteed. So what Ramczyk did was he restructured his contract and got guaranteed money, $6.5 million guaranteed. And then I believe what the Saints are doing at that point is adding years and restructuring just that 6.5. So long story short, Ramczyk's going to be our right tackle this year. He's only going to cost about $2 million against the cap. And we're only talking about like $5 million that we have to end up paying at some point down the road. Now, if Ramczyk hits a bunch of incentives and the team does well and this and that and everything else, and then, the money gets bumped up. But as of right now, he's only costing us $2 million against the cap. Overall, I believe this move is going to save the Saints about $15 million. So we were around $1 million under the cap this morning, and now we've got about $15 million to play with. So, great move by the Saints. Great move. Ryan Ramczyk now gets guaranteed money. So, regardless of what happens, he's going to get $6.5 million. Could have been that he doesn't play a lick and would have got paid that $17 million anyway, or something like that. So, I guess it all works out for both sides. So now you have a starting right tackle in Ryan Ramczyk, who seems to be healthy, and even if he doesn't see the field a ton or the majority of this next year coming up, it's going to cost us a basic starter salary for an offensive lineman. I'm excited about that. And last but not least, we got to talk about the defectors. So first of all, quarterback Jamus Winston told everybody you wanted to be a starting quarterback. Well, he just signed a one-year contract with the Browns. The Browns have a starting quarterback in Deshaun Watson, but Watson's missed a bunch of time, a ton of time. Not sure if Watson's ever going to play a complete season in his career. So there is a big chance that Jamus Winston could see the field as a Cleveland Brown. And a bigger chance there than he would have here. And I think it basically comes down to that. Derek Carr was hurt several times this past year, and he never missed a start. I think with the Browns, if Watson misses a couple of games, yeah, they're going to go ahead and start Winston. So at least he'll be able to play. I don't think Winston felt like he would even get to play on this team, even if Carr got hurt. I mean, that's the way I look at it. So, fine move for me. Fine move for Winston, I guess. He's going to have a whole new locker room of best friends. And if he ever gets a chance to play for the Browns, we'll see. Not sure if he's that much closer to being a starting quarterback in the league, but he is closer to actually seeing the field, in my opinion, with the Browns than he would have been with the Saints. Now, Winston's gone. We need a backup quarterback now. Jake Hayner's not going to be the guy. We need to go and get a free agent quarterback. And the deal that Winston signed with the Browns will pay him up to like $8.5 million. And that's all, probably incentive laden. So, yeah, I wouldn't have paid him more than $4 million. So Winston gets a good deal. And the other defector as of right now, early Wednesday, is Malcolm Roach. I really wanted us to re-sign him, and I didn't think he would have much of a market, but of course he does with the Denver Broncos and Sean Payton. And Sean Payton has stolen yet another Saints player. Malcolm Roach signs with the Denver Broncos. Well, Denver's my second favorite team, so I'm that rare Saints fan who's actually cheering for Sean Payton. I'm actually a Broncos fan. I'm excited that they have him. The Broncos are a mess right now, and I think it's going to be interesting. If Sean Payton can handle coaching for several years in a row, because my opinion of him, he was a quitter. He wanted a break. Yeah, okay, whatever. So now you're back in it, and you're back in it in a situation that's got to be worse than what you were here. I mean, the entire franchise wasn't bankrupt when you decided to retire from the Saints. You took a year off. Hey, we got a couple of draft picks out of it. Great. But, if Sean Payton would have stuck it out, he could have probably brought in a quarterback in the last couple of years, and the tide could be turning. Instead, he's in Denver, quarterbackless, and about $60 million deeper in the hole than the franchise was before. So, but hey, you got Malcolm Roach, and he probably won't stop there. I am hoping that the Saints go after Justin Simmons. He was a safety with the Denver Broncos. He's a free agent right now, and the safety market is crazy right now. So I think the Saints could get Justin Simmons for pretty cheap, relatively speaking. Remember, we were paying Tyrann Mathieu and Marcus May $7.5 million a year, on average kind of type deal. So I think Justin Simmons could come in and play for around that much. I personally believe we need 3 safeties because we run a whole bunch of dime. We trust Jordan Howden to play deep, not so much in the box. Tyrann played a lot of plays deep last year. We trust Tyrann in the box. And then when you get that dime guy coming in, if it's Jonathan Abram, there's certain things he can do. Lonnie Johnson Jr., there were certain things he could do. But yeah, he ain't here now. He's with the Texans again. So yeah, I'm still interested in bringing in a safety, and whether he specifies at playing deep or in the box or either or, Dennis Allen likes to have options. If he runs a dime package, he doesn't want you to know who's going to be deep, who's going to be in the box type of deal. Jordan Howden needs to show a little more around the line of scrimmage, but other than that, yeah, I think safety at this point, as far as free agent target goes, is probably the most important thing for the Saints. And, of course, I still want to add pieces on the defensive line and the offensive line. And I still want a veteran wide receiver. So that's where we're at right now. If anything else happens in free agency in the next couple of days, I'll put out another video. It's tough for me to do these on a daily basis. But, yeah, as soon as I pack everything up and go to work, I find out while I'm at work that the Saints made some other move. So then I'm anxious to get it out to you. So that's where we're at right now. I'm looking at trying to get Justin Simmons. I'm looking at trying to sign a veteran wide receiver. And if that's Hunter Renfro, I'm not going to be terribly excited. I mean, I like the prospect of Derek Carr having a wide receiver that he is familiar with. But, we did this already with Foster Moreau, and we didn't see that transition very well. I think Hunter Renfro is way less of a player than he was a couple of years ago when he had Carr, especially years and years ago when him and Carr were doing well together. So, yeah, I would take Hunter Renfro and his small size and his lack of ability to play on the outside and have a big presence there. I'll take him for cheap. But, yeah, I don't know. How much would you pay Hunter Renfro? I wouldn't pay him more than $5 million. That's just me. I'm looking for a big body guy that can play outside and play, all day long. So, okay, so that's what I got for right now. Subscribe to Rosenfield 10 for more videos like this concerning the Saints and free agency. And, of course, I cover the draft extensively. I'm Joe, and I'll talk to you later.